It's week 2 of the NFL, and we'll see Tony Pollard. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
2 teams here, each off to 1-0 starts, as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
On the bootleg, Stroud. That is caught by Lamb. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And Stroud now to throw. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. The Cowboys 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
I'm calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, You give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Stroud to throw it. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now Stroud. Steps away to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Herbert on 1st down now. This is, and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, comeback is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How do you get in there and knock another one away? You think maybe that Tucker Rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 18 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Ready.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Buffalo 18.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now 2nd and 3.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Stroud. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive hold. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now it's Herbert. And Davis with it left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 1. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert changing things up. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Darius Davis from 3 yards out, and the Chargers have cut it back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Ready? Go!
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Hold the ready.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Here's Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Herbert going to change the play here. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that throws to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, and sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second down and 3. Herbert now. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And his kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Cam Akers, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The former Buckeye, Justin Fields, with a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium. See what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Daniel Jones, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here is third down and 4. Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's J.K. Scott now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 22. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Stroud looking to throw. And that one complete downfield to Allen. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the draw, it's Pollard. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down. On the bootleg, Stroud. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
70 Rangers. 19 tight. Dragon 60.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Let's go! Hawk 70. 19 Lions. 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos. Trap 60.
3rd and goal, Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2. Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start. It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year. He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
7 yards there and a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Mozzie Smith there to bring him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Go.
On first down, it's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. And that will be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
70 Timberwolves. Big Lion.
Stroud now on second down. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Bronco 80.
Stroud looking to change the play. Back to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Roll, Jack, hurt.
On second down, it's Pollard. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 76 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Play action. Here's Stroud. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Stroud's throw here into the hands of Jones. Touchdown! Zay Jones from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys will add to their fourth-quarter lead. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Aubrey now for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A drive that time of 6 plays. And touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
21. Ray.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He gets it to Johnston. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Herbert throwing again. Complete to Johnston here. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Here's Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Ready.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
18 Cardinal.
2nd and 4. Allen, and he lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
This is 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, this is caught by Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. The handoff, it's Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Herbert now. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
70 Lions. Panther Street. Panther Street.
To throw it, Stroud. Man open, here is Jones. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Zay Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Aubrey now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers down by 10. Just over a minute 40 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Now Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Herbert to throw. That's caught by Palmer. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Let's go now.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Stroud. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 55 yards. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 2-0 start. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Herbert. He will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Go. Here's Herbert. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Cowboys, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.